Hey everybody, Scott here. I'm here to share with you a new antenna that Stephen introduced to me in our last office hour. This particular antenna is made by a small company in the UK called Hex Flex. It is their SPI300 model. I've got it right here in my hand. As you can see, this is a circularly polarized antenna. It features a frequency range of 300 megahertz all the way up to 3 gigahertz. It does come with an SMA connector, so you will need a SMA to BNC adapter for it. It is a low gain antenna. Their paperwork, from what I've seen, suggests anywhere from 0 dBi to about 4 dBi, although I've kind of landed in the middle around 2.5 dBi. So pretty on par with your normal omnidirectional whip gain. But anyways, I wanted to give these a shot on a show here that I'm on in Washington, D.C. It's a gala, and I've got a few wireless that I am curious to see how this holds up mounted underneath the stage. I've kind of been looking for an antenna that I could throw under the stage or even under furniture on a general session show that has furniture. I was just kind of curious to see how they held up, what the signal strength indicators look like, and so far, I've been impressed with what I've seen. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a quick demonstration. I'll show you kind of where I've got them mounted underneath the stage. I've got a little video footage I can show to kind of give you an idea of what it looks like, what we've got going on underneath the deck. For reference, our stage is 30 feet by 12 feet. So it is a pretty long stage, not too deep, kind of typical depth, maybe -6 feet. So not an overly huge stage, but I've got the antennas mounted. Let me check my paperwork here. I am about 12 feet between antennas, so I should have pretty even coverage underneath the deck for any talent that has wandered from the left to right side of the stage. The one thing I have not tested that I will try tonight is what it looks like when the talent walks out into the house, or even a Q&A mic, how well a Q&A mic holds up. I am doing this test with a ULXD with a frequency of 503.625. The caveat to this show is being in DC. I think the crew and I guessed that we're about 2 stories underground, so we are shielded from a lot of outside noise. We don't have any video wall competing with our antennas and our noise floor. We're using projection. So really overall kind of a quiet environment, which I think is great for giving this antenna a good run for its money here and a good place to test this out. I am curious to see how this antenna would hold up in a higher noise environment, especially considering that it is supposed to be lower gain. Um, but anyways, let's go ahead and get to it.
So, as you can see, I do have the antenna mounted horizontally underneath the stage. This is a clamp that I picked up off of Amazon, specifically built for GoPros and other camera accessories, but I love it because it clamps to various truss pieces as well. Kind of just a very useful clamp to have. But as you can see, I have it clamped to the stage here, and then I'm using the swivel mount there and mounting it horizontally so it's laying flat underneath the stage. And the other one is about 12 feet away on the other side of the stage, mounted the same exact way.
Okay, so on the screen, we should be looking at wireless workbench right now. I have the body pack attached to my the back end of my pants as a uh, normal individual would uh, have mounted to them. I'm going to go ahead and start crossing the stage here, kind of keeping an eye on the signal strength indicators. And it looks like they're actually Holding up pretty well. Kind of bounces between both antennas quite a bit as I cross the stage. I am downstage, kind of crossing over the top of them at the moment. Moving stage left back over to stage right, crossing over antenna B at the moment. And I'm going to go ahead and send myself upstage a little bit, kind of see what that looks like. Looks like it's holding up pretty well, all things considered. I can't say that I am disappointed in what I'm seeing so far with these antennas' performance. The one caveat too is that I don't have a mic hooked up to this, so I am kind of just looking at the RSSI indicators and seeing what they're doing. I don't have the PA on. I don't have them routed to the PA at the moment. So I cannot verify if I'm actually having audible dropouts. I would assume by the signal strength indicators that I am not having dropouts. Be kind of weird if I did. And then the other thing to note is that I am broadcasting at 10 milliwatts. I'm putting out 10 milliwatts of power. So I don't know what 1 milliwatt of power might look like. I can't imagine that it would be a whole lot different. But I think these antennas, for what they are, for the price point they are, the low gain that they are, would make a great addition to anyone's Pelican, especially in a high noise environment where you might need to actually lower the noise floor. And I'm thinking something like a show with multiple breakout rooms. Having a couple of these handy would be great, especially if you're limiting the power of your transmitters as well. I'm going to go ahead and walk out into the house. Now, from here, I cannot see the screen of my computer anymore, so I'm not sure what the indicators might look like. I'm sure I can come back and give an audio overlay once I get back to edit this. I am about 20 feet from the stage, maybe 25 feet out in the stage, somewhere where a Q&A mic might exist. I have now wandered about probably 40 feet from either given antenna as I kind of wander around the house here a little bit.
So going back over the footage after the fact and looking at kind of what the signal strength indicator was doing in the house, I did see a couple dips in RF strength, but nothing that looked like it would have been a full dropout or even an RF hit. So all in all, I'm actually quite impressed with these two antennas. For $50 a piece, you really can't go wrong. I think Hex Flex did a great job designing these antennas, and I really am looking forward to getting them out on a full show. And that quickly wraps up my presentation on the Hex Flex SPI300. Thanks for watching.